Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Newhart with Science Based Body, and this is the Economic Fitness Podcast channel. On this channel, we are going to provide you with ways to keep your body and mind in top peak physical condition in an environment of sedentary work environments. It is our perspective that blood flow is equal to cash flow. And if you cut off the blood flow, you cut off the cash flow. We hope you enjoy our information. Hi everyone, thank you for logging into Economic Fitness. I'm Dr. Stephen Newhart. We have a great guest with us today. Her name's Savanna Potter. Savanna is incredibly interesting and unique in the things that she's doing right now, and she's actually been working with us a little bit out in Brownwood, Texas at a medical practice. Savanna has a phenomenal background. She is just about to graduate with her undergrad from Tarleton State, and she was going to go to PA school, but she has decided to go the MD route, which we feel is amazing. That's a huge accolade. It's going to be a lot of work, but it'll make her so much better on the other side. So I would like to welcome Savanna to the show today and introduce her to all of you. Savanna, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, this is a treat, of course. So let's start with your background. Who are you? Where'd you come from? What do you like to do for hobbies? Tell me about school. How was all that?
Well, I graduated from Iredell, so I graduated with a total of 12 people.
Wow.
Growing up, we did every sport and showed pigs growing up. I did 6 different sports at a time. Got to high school and I started taking college classes my freshman year. Very competitive class. Everyone but 2 people are taking college classes since freshman year. Came out as salutatorian. So then I knew I was going to Tarleton State. So I started going to Tarleton and I started as a nursing major.
Okay.
Tried for 2 years to get into nursing school. I was like, this just is not for me. I'll try to do kines. Absolutely fell in love with the kinesiology program there and started on the physician assistant route. And then I started working with y'all, and it came time to do my internship, and I'd been searching for 3 weeks. Could not find a thing. Everyone was denying me because of COVID. And then I went to my professor. I was like, I need an internship. And then so that's when I met y'all.
And we are just overwhelmingly happy that we ran into you, of course. And I do a small part. I send an email out to, your professors, but they said, this is definitely the person for this. I hear you're a hunter too.
Yes, I do go hog hunting, and then I dove hunt, and then I deer hunt too.
So when entrepreneurs who we just kind of look at people and we see people for who they are and what their background is, when I hear everything you're saying, I think she does a lot of things that make her tougher. And I think that's what's built this strength within you. So when we recommend, hey, what about MD instead of PA? You say, yeah, I'm up for the challenge because you do a lot of other challenging things. And I love that. And that's just going to make you a better person for the rest of your life as well. I love kinesiology as well. I've done bachelor's, master's, PhD, and I would not have chose a different route. It's also given me the insight into something you and I were actually talking about earlier, which is maybe there are other treatments besides medication for people. My knowledge came to me from training people where I would see that they were getting better. When people start saying, I'm not taking this medication anymore, the second that happens, I always say to myself, why did they have to be there in the first place? I know you didn't know how to exercise the way I've taught you, but now you do, and now you don't need that. So you were giving me a little bit of insight. What's your take on it?
Well, I've seen a lot of addiction come from medications, not in just, people around me. And I've always, from when I was little, knew I wanted to be in the medical field, and told my mom from when I was younger, I want to do it, be organic and no medication, find a way to tell people that there are ways, and you don't need to go to the doctor and ask, hey, I need an insulin shot. Let's get you healthy to where you don't have diabetes. And so when I found out what y'all were doing, I was like, wow. I mean, it just completely worked out, from helping people exercise, because I've exercised my whole life, to get into a better lifestyle and getting them off of things that are addictive, like chips, Coke. Even, some of my patients smoking, they started smoking a pack and a half of cigarettes a day, and now they're down to 4. So
yeah, we can always drop those things off. And I've said this multiple times on these shows that I do. What humans are after is dopamine. Dopamine is what gives you a sense of happiness and purpose in life. And exercise, which turns out to be one of our ancestral norms, because we were building, we were hauling food, we were hunting, we were, getting water. That one has always done the job. It's because it's like, I did something purposeful. We trick ourselves, which is wise of humans to trick ourselves, because I can go in there and do a bench press. I'm not saving anybody's life or hauling food or building a house or really doing much for anybody else besides myself, but I get a feeling like I did. So we're after those fixes, and all the things you just mentioned, that's what those are about, is those dopamine fixes. We have to find substitutes. Yes. And then along the course of the way, your brain patterns and brain waves get all dysfunctional because of it. So now we're looking to step in with something where we can analyze the brain and treat the brain independent of almost the extremities. And maybe then people will want to do something else, want to move their body, a little more than they were before or something. Or they could use a device that you use. What do you use?
Yes. So I use the vibration board out at Brownwood, and I work with a lot of older patients. And my youngest patient's 55 years old. These people were immobile. One lady was using a walker at 55, never moved from her household, and sat and smoked in her chair all day. And so she came to me, was depressed, had anxiety, pain level, chronic pain. And now she comes to me and we take vitals middle, or at the beginning, middle, and end. And she will come to me with a level of 8 out of stress. And then when she leaves, it's down to 0. So being able to see them be on the board for the 30 minutes that they are, and their stress drop and their depression levels drop and pain levels drop, is phenomenal. And then, we sit and we talk about their diet and what exercises they can do at home. And some of my patients, I make them keep a log of what exercises they do and what time they eat and what they eat. And it has helped them realize, I can change this, and this is the changes, for my life. And so it has changed a lot of my patients' lives, and it is amazing to watch.
I am massively envious of you. I don't know if you can see it on my face. I miss that. I've stepped out of that to try to help others through others. So I'm helping them through you, but you're actually getting to see the change, and that is phenomenal. And we know that the vibration platform is exercise. So everything we just talked about exercise, it's just easy. And you think about the people on the walkers. Is there anything else that they can do? And the answer is probably not. You could say go for walks with the walker, but they just don't feel like doing that. If you say, get up here and stand here, and it's going to move underneath you, and your muscles are going to twitch. I didn't know that it went from an 8 to a 0.
Yes.
That is huge.
It is. And, being able to see the lady who was on a walker at 55 years old, she didn't have the confidence to walk into Walmart to be able to go grocery shopping. She came to me this week and she's like, I went grocery shopping. And that is a huge, conquer for these people who couldn't even walk into a grocery store. I have one lady, she walked around all the time, but she had hunchback and she couldn't even stand up for longer than 5 minutes. Now she stands up on the board for a total of 15 minutes, and the other 15, she's sitting down in a chair with the vibration board under her feet,
right.
But still she can stand again. And it's like, wow, we don't have people in pain anymore.
I repeat these results from studies I have done. And 40 in a sedentary population. Now, these people were not, wheelchair walker bound. They were moving from point A to point B with their own 2 feet, but 46% increase in strength as measured on a standard leg extension machine. So this is average. Some people saw more strength improvement. If you can move that much more weight, you bet your whatever that you can stand up now,
Yes.
You can get out of the chair now because you can move 40% more weight. And that, if you could barely get your body up before, obviously moving 40% more, you're going to be able to get your body up. So the longer these people adhere to this stuff, and the more likely they are, you're doing a great job tracking their nutrition and everything and what they're putting in their body. The more they take out harmful, the more they continue to do this. Every single person can always return back to a baseline. You know, if I drew a line on the desk and, okay, if it was me at this point and I started doing all the bad stuff and I started going here, and then healthy me started going up here, we would still come meet back in the middle at some point if, you know,
yes,
if I adopt healthy habits.
And that's what I keep notes over every one of their sessions and show them their vitals. And going back, like one of my patients, she said, I don't feel like I'm making progress. And I said, let's read your first note that I took. And I read it to her. She said, wow. She said, I knew I felt a slight change. She said, but I didn't realize how much it was doing for me. I said, you've done great, keep it up. These people need encouragement, and this sport is definitely giving it to them. One lady, she came in super sad one day. I call and check on my patients throughout the week, or if they have to miss an appointment for something. She came in, and within 10 minutes of her being on the board, she started dancing on the board, and she said, I am having so much fun. This is the best time of my week. And so I absolutely enjoy it. Just being able to see people's lives change through this device, and being able to help them live longer and live happier and live for their families now, because they weren't doing anything for their families. And so. Yeah,
and I think it was you actually that said, how am I going to help others if I don't take care of this first? I believe you said to me one day, I say the same things. I say the same things to other people. How can I take care of my children or be present for my wife if I'm not taking care of myself? And that's where it really starts. And these people, that's why it's life-changing, because they'll start doing things they never thought they could do again, and that's what's exciting.
Yes.
So, and you're partnered up with Dr. Schultz, and he's been on the show before too. So if anybody wants to watch his previous episode, really great doctor, and you guys are working together to make this whole thing happen for these people out there. And obviously it is, it's insurance billable, so it's profitable financially for a doctor to take on this. So, over the course of time, the treatments that are now being provided are offering a completely different area than these people have ever experienced. So a doctor adopts a new way, a new little component to their practice. It helps people in a whole different way, and it also helps their practice thrive, because obviously everything is in business, everything's economical. There's got to be an economic component.
Yes, that's what I mean. Figuring out that some entrances provide gym memberships for certain people, but they don't use it, but they're in the doctor's office 4 days a week. Well, why not put the board in the doctor's office where they're already comfortable? Yeah. And that is what, some of the patients who do have those gym memberships, they're like, I haven't used that in 10 years, but I've had it for 10 years. I'm like, okay. But now they're coming to me 2 to 3 times a week, and they're like, wow. And so being able to put that in a facility where the people are already comfortable going 4 times a week makes it even better.
And how about this? So I looked at other research for individuals over the age of 40 that were doing traditional weight training. And after an 8-week period, which is the same that we tested our people, there was about a 20% increase in leg strength when ours was 46. So for a sedentary population, this may be more adhered to and may do a better job than what the traditional weight, obviously it is. It's a 26% difference. For whatever reason that is, to be determined, this is doing a better job. So now the gym is in the doctor's office. Makes sense.
It does.
Doesn't it? Savanna, thank you for your time today. Thank you for educating me. And thank you for your presence, because you're a really great person. I love being around you. So thank you for everything you're doing for us, helping us develop our company, and for the people you're helping.
Thank you for this opportunity. I have enjoyed it, and I'm so blessed to have y'all.
Oh, well, you're welcome, and thank you. And you did a great job, by the way. Even though you were like, oh, everybody gets a little bit nervous, but you killed it. So anyway, but thank everybody for tuning in to Economic Fitness today, and we'll catch you on the next episode.